young entrepreneur. His name was Paul. And Paul was from a community that was, for lack of word, rough. But he cared about his community. And he'd heard through the grapevine that some people were going to come to his community and capture two of the community leaders, Sam and John. This is a true story, by the way. But Paul, he didn't want that to happen. So immediately, and that's Dana who just came in the room, right? Got it. Okay. So he wanted to do something, but this was a big endeavor. He needed to be a change agent immediately. So he had a friend. His name was Joe. So Paul says, Joe, it's not going to be good tonight. These people are going to come into our community. They're going to pillage. They want to get Sam. They want to get John. We need to do something. Joe says, what are we going to do? Paul said, I don't know. I really don't know. But meet me tonight, 10 o'clock. We'll talk about it. So 10 o'clock that evening, they got together. And Paul's change plan was this. I'll just go through the community and tell everybody what's happening. And I need them to, number one, be ready because they're going to attack our community. And number two, I need for them to tell everybody as well because I can't do it on my own. And this is obviously before Facebook and Twitter and the internet and Google. So they had to do this by foot and on horseback. So with that being the case, they set out. For the next couple of hours, they went and knocked on the doors. Hi, my name is Paul. This is what the deal is. People are coming in. They want to get Sam. They want to get John. And it's not going to be good. So brace yourself. And if you can tell other people. And they did that for hours. By the end of the evening, everybody in this 13-mile span was well aware that there was an impending danger happening and there was something to happen or something to do. After that, what happened was legendary. You see, that person, that name was Paul, it was actually Paul Revere. And his midnight ride was about warning people, one by sea, two by land, and if we don't fight back, the British will get us. Paul Revere, in my estimation, was a change leader because this is what he did. Number one, he recognized as a leader that a change had to happen quickly. Number two, he had to communicate very clearly as to what would happen. And number three, he also had to communicate and motivate people to get on board with me because I can't do it by myself. As change leaders, that's us. We want people to do something, to take action, but as change happens, we realize we can't do it by ourselves, which means two things. Number one, we have to have great skill sets, not only in having a vision, but knowing the vision, having integrity to communicate the vision, having great, not only communication skills, but compassion and also courage to move forward. But let's talk about leadership for just a second. In my estimation, I feel like that there's two types of leaders. The first type of leader is on fire. They want to make a difference. They move ahead. The buck stops with them, and they know who they are. They're on fire. The second type of leader needs to be fired because they want to hide out. They want somebody else to do it, and they know who they are. They need to be fired. So the thing is, I want you to ask yourself the rhetorical question, which are you? Are you on fire or do you really need to be fired? Hopefully the former, not the latter. Let me illustrate it this way. Let's say, for example, I had a glass of water and I took the water and I put an aspirin in the water. What happens to the aspirin? Dissolves. Does it dissolve right away? Kind of softens up and then disintegrates, right? Versus if I had an Alka-Seltzer tablet, put it in the same glass of water, what happens? Then instant action, effervescence, right? So with that being the case, ask yourself the question, am I an Alka-Seltzer where it happens right now with me, or I'm an aspirin? Yeah, I'll do it, but I'll just kind of do it when I have time and I'm motivated and I feel good and the weather's nice. We were talking about Paul Revere. But this is interesting. As Paul Revere was traveling, we all know who he is. Here's a question. Does anyone know who William Dawes is? His best friend? You just threw something out. See if it sticks, right? Whatever. Gotcha. Best friend for 200, Jack. What do you got? What you got? Right? Whatever. Okay, got it. I'm with you, Renee. Whatever. I'm the same way. Here's the thing. It is the other guy. When Paul Revere took the famous midnight ride, he was to go around Boston. And the rumor was out that the British was coming, but Paul Revere was not the only person that knew about it. The other guy, was William Dawes. But it's interesting, we all talk about Paul Revere, but not William Dawes. Why? Paul Revere was an Alka-Seltzer. William Dawes, an aspirin. Yeah, they're coming. It could be bad. And you can almost imagine William Dawes' family. Billy, you could have been somebody if you just cared a little more. But the thing is, here's my point. Point number one, attitude is everything. As a leader, attitude is everything. You can be a lion and you can lead sheep. But if you're a sheep as a leader, you cannot lead lions. It's all about leadership, no matter what you do. No matter what you do.